Hey, this is Mr. Morrison. I'm going to read the PowerPoint to you so you're able to understand what all the words mean. So right here we got the causes of World War I by Cindy Williams. And in this PowerPoint, we're going to get through and figure out exactly what is going on here with World War I. All right, so World War I, 1914 to 1918. The first slide we get to is how did Franz Ferdinand die? The Archduke of Austria-Hungary, Franz Ferdinand, was assassinated in Sarajevo, Serbia in 1914. That's a place, Sarajevo, Serbia. He was touring the area of Serbia that did not want to be under his leadership. He was killed by several bullets fired into him by a young Bosnian nationalist named Gavrilo Princip. This is a picture of Gavrilo Princip down here, and this is Franz Ferdinand right here. Europe was shocked. Many sides joined against each other. Russia joined Serbia against Austria-Hungary, and Germany joined Austria-Hungary. Europe was fully engaged in war. This was the event Germany had been waiting for to cause a world war. Okay, who are we talking about? What about that person? Why did that happen? And how did it happen? This is a video right here of the Schweifelin Plan. I want you to watch that. And here's the Schweifelin Plan. Germany's dual attack. What was the Schweifelin Plan or Schleifelin Plan? Germany began fighting World War I on two fronts, invading Belgium in the west and confronting Russia in the east. The Germans believed they could beat Belgium quickly because they were weak and Russia would be too slow to organize. In August 1914, German troops crossed the border into Belgium and the border of northern Russia. In the First Battle of World War I, the Germans assaulted the heavily fortified city, using the most powerful weapons. The Germans left death and destruction in their wake. England entered the war quickly in September to help the French hold Germany at the French border. This made France stronger than expected and turned the French campaign into a longer struggle for the Germans. This delay in beating France caused Russia to gain ground in organizing against the Germans too, making the two-prong attack on France and Russia a strategic failure. Who are we talking about here? What about them? Why did they do this, and how did it happen? This next one here is kind of a fun little Christmas video to watch. Did this really happen in 1914 between the English and the Germans? Lusitania. Here's the third reason why World War I pretty much happened. Why did Germany sink the Lusitania? On May 7, 1915, the British luxury passenger liner, the Lusitania, was torpedoed off the coast of Ireland. It was attacked by a German submarine because England helped France fight against the Germans the year before. Lusitania sunk in 18 minutes. Excuse me. Of the 48 lifeboats on board, only 6 were successfully launched. Over 1,000 people died. 1,000 people. The death toll included over 100 Americans who were passengers on the Lusitania. The German submarines had been patrolling the British waters for 3 months and saw the liner as the perfect target to officially get England to engage in the war. The outcry was heard around the world, and the sinking of the Lusitania, combined with other actions over the next 2 years, helped tip the United States, the U.S., into joining the war effort in 1917. Who are we talking about? What about it? Why did this happen? How did this happen? Here's a video on the Lusitania that you should watch. It's kind of important. It tells you more about the sinking of the ship. This is a slide showing you who was on whose side. This is some interesting information about the war. You don't have to take notes on it. And finally, this is what it was like to be in the trenches. Watch this video too. All right. If you need any help, let me know.